All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back with another episode of Indie Author Insights, and we have the amazing Miss Lula Carr with us today. How are you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. We're having a pretty good day, and I'm so happy that you came over to sit with us a little while.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, always good to spend some time with you and learn some things from you. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself and maybe some upcoming projects you got.
Okay. Again, my name is Ashley. Well, I go under Lula Ellis.
Okay.
However, some of my, you can find me, on Facebook as Lula Carr as well. I'm pretty much using that more so than anything. But I am an author. I am a poet. I am an actress. I'm a nonprofit organizer. I do a lot in the community. And I'm a mother. Woo! So I'm pretty much, I got a lot of things going on. However, if nothing else, I am a child of the Most High God.
Absolutely.
And so just wanted to, kind of plug that in. However, this year has been a little bit challenging for me. It doesn't stop anything, but it's kind of slowed down a lot of things that I'm doing in the community. So most of what I am doing the rest of this year is pretty much what I'm doing now is I'm asked to be on a lot of shows and, so I'm actually supporting a lot of other people right now. I don't have, a lot going on, right now as far as myself, but I will be kicking it back off in 2022.
2022, and we look forward to it. I know you said you had run into some challenges. How has that affected your writing? And you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Well, it actually has really increased my writing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell everyone that, challenges really push you to write even the more. And then it also makes you excited about redoing things, and so that's what I'm in the process of doing now is just really adding some things to a second portion of a book that will be coming out. But the challenges are, pretty much like testimonies for those that, may need to hear it. It most definitely will help someone else in their family. So writing right now is, oh my God, is on the top of the list because of, challenges.
I appreciate that. Most of our writers, especially poets, a lot of our writing is born out of adversity. It comes from deep emotional places or things that we probably can't just talk about out loud, so we wind up writing about it. So kudos to you for that. The second book you're talking about, I remember you telling me that you had written a book, and when you got it, you looked at it, and it didn't create what you anticipated on the inside. You didn't see it the way you thought you would see it. Tell us a little bit about that, and what could an author do when they run into something like
that? Well, especially when you are a first time author. This is your first time. You really, a lot of times we don't know what we're getting into, and so and then most definitely who you trust to actually be a part of that first I say transition in your life because being an author is an awesome experience and it makes you feel amazing, but you most definitely want to make sure that the person that the publisher and those that you are surrounded with, whoever is editing, all of that is very important. I would advise others to kind of do your research, on that person. I would also, me personally, if I had you have to really kind of know, I'm not gonna say you're gonna know that person's character right away, but it's very important that you hear from other, authors and those that have used that particular publisher, just get some feedback on some of the things that they're experiencing. But I would just say do your research. In the beginning, of course, it came across very, very rewarding, like exciting and all of that. But as time progressed, as I started reading, the book, a lot of my poems were not lined up to, where they needed to be. Just a lot of errors that I saw that honestly, I was very disappointed after reviewing the book. And then also when I'm going to events and I am up and ready to read from my book, and it's embarrassing that your pieces are not together. So those are some things that I would advise, others to really, really, when the publisher sends it to you now, I advise you, because I'm not going to totally blame the publisher, because they do send it to you for you to, now she did send it to me to, to look at and read over. But I really didn't do that because I felt like, it was in good hands. I trust that what was done was done. But I would just say when they send it to you to revise and make sure, I would just say, make sure that you look at that.
Yeah, and take your time and make sure on the front end it'll be best to have more on the front end. Right. So like if you already got a lot of poems in there, and then when they do send you the proof copy out, that's a good time when you could like say, nah, I don't want to put that one, I want to put that one, or I don't like, but by all means, when you get your proof copy, you definitely want to go over that copy, because after you sign off at that point, then that's the product, that's the actual product that you're gonna have. That's the actual product that you're gonna have.
You know what? Let me plug in something real quick with that. Now, at the beginning, I felt like what I put in there was okay. I just sent a lot of poems that I did, a lot of writing that I've done. However, as time progressed, some of the things that I put in the book, I got I actually got, really, really a pushback from my family because some of those things that was in that book caused, them to bring back memories of things that happened, as our family as a whole. And so you want to be very careful also what you put in your book. I would say, most definitely make sure that, I of course, I don't think to get approval for anyone about what I put in my book, because it's my story. Right. But you want to be mindful of just saying, I'm just going to put these poems in there just to put poems in there. You want to be very careful of, what type of poems you put in there, what type of message you're trying to relate to people. Although it is a book of poems, I would say, have some order to it. Like if you're doing a book of love, most of your poems should, I would say, let's just stick to love. But you're going from love to everything else. I would do it a little bit different this time, is what I'm saying. I would stick to one topic, just me.
Yeah, I learned that best. One of our first editors on board is Kimberly Dua. And I would always, look to categorize poetry differently. And I guess it's going to be up to the individual, but it's vitally important that you attempt to categorize your poetry book so they somewhat make sense. They flow evenly and they somewhat make sense. And I didn't do that with my first book either, Ms. Lula. I didn't do that. I was just excited to be published. Yep. I could go back through it right now. And that book, I just left it. I didn't go back and do all the changes and the revisions. And that's, of course, Phantasmagoria, Poetic Translations. So we did change the cover on it in honor of my sister, Crystal Grady and Tanya Tate, because they suffer with lupus. The boys, Katura Hughes, they all suffer with lupus. And so we changed the cover and made it purple, and everything earned off of that book goes to the Lupus Foundation of America. So I didn't even change it, but I know exactly what you mean. If I had to do it all over, when it came to poetry, I would attempt to categorize it a little differently, because you may read something about my kids or something, and then you read something like about something else that probably only adults should be reading. So yeah, I probably would move it around around a little differently now if I had to do it over. So you are in the process of doing it over.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the things, like I was sharing with you, you're excited, you just throwing poems in there and there's really no order to it. And you just want to get out everything that put in the book. I mean, I'm sorry, that you've been writing, but I would tell anyone, I would slow it down. If I was to do it all over again, I would slow it down, put some order to it, and then be mindful of who's going to get this book in their hands. And so, being that I am a woman of God, even though I kind of word everything a little bit differently, but I do write central poems.
Yeah.
And I write other poems as well. However, if one of my those that know me, another woman of God get my book, they don't want to hear about knockout.
Nah.
So I had all that in my book. I just put all this stuff in my book.
Right.
But I believe that you should most definitely don't just put stuff in a book just to say I got a book out there, but kind of slow it down. Talk to someone beforehand, a publisher, someone. Watch some videos, get educated before putting it together. So yes, I'm excited about. I'm like super excited about doing another part of this book, because I know that it's going to really, really be a blessing, and I do know and believe that it most definitely will be a number one, top notch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You put out some quality poetry. I know you put your heart into the work, and we wish you nothing but peace and blessings when it comes to the productions that you got in the future. Lend me your ear ministries.
Yes.
You still have that going strong. So right here, we're gonna give you some room to kind of tell everybody how to get in touch with you, where all your social media is, and then anybody that's listening, thank you for tuning in to Indie Author Insights. I am C. Miller. All of Ms. Lula's information will be in the description below. Don't hesitate to click on the links, and you can find her on Facebook, social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll have all those links below to let you know how to get in touch with her. But before we get out of here, we're gonna let Ms. Lula tell you a little bit about how to get in touch with her.
Okay, awesome. This was great. Miller, I was honored to be a part. Yes, again, my name is Lula Ellis. Most of my, documents are in Ellis, but you will find a lot of my social media platforms in CAR as well, CARR. But Lend Me Your Ministry is a nonprofit. It is literally a nonprofit, not that I'm saying it, but when you Google Lend Me Your Ministries, you will, pretty much see it. And then you also will probably see a lot of other things that I'm attached to. It is a nonprofit that kind of centers around needy families and mostly single, either single mother or father. And so what we do give a lot to the communities. We have different events to motivate, others. We do support a lot of other nonprofits, and so again, if you Google Lend Me Your Ministries, you will find a lot of things that I'm associated with. Also, I am on Instagram. I do a lot of promoting on Instagram. So if you see, I would, pretty much probably promote some other people's things. Like I said, going into the next year, I am actually going to be performing soon. So if you go on my Instagram, you will see all the things that I am going to be doing, which is Lula, the number 4 5 times. So that's Lula, LULA 444444. And so, so again, thank you, Mr. Miller, for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to actually publishing with you guys very, very soon. That second edition going to be amazing. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. Thank all of you for tuning in. It's been another episode of Indie Author Insights. Once again, the most amazing Ms. Lula Ellis. All of her information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and we'll keep you up to date on new insights as authors become available. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good day.